Right now, somewhere in your head, a conversation is still running. It's not about anything urgent. It's not even about today. It's about something you said 3 years ago, and you can't stop replaying it. Why does your mind choose the worst possible moment to relive the worst possible memory? There's a reason your brain does this. It's not weakness, and it's not random. It's a switch inside your head that flips on the second you stop being busy, and once it flips, it's almost impossible to turn off. But here's what almost nobody tells you. The same switch that keeps you awake at 2 in the morning is the same one that makes you human. Stay with this, because by the end, you'll know exactly how to use it, instead of letting it use you. Picture this. You just got home from a long day. The house is quiet, the lights are off, and you finally lie down. Within seconds, your brain pulls up a file you never asked for. That comment your coworker made. That message you sent that never got a reply. That decision from years ago that still doesn't sit right. You didn't choose any of it. It just arrived, uninvited, and no matter how many times you tell yourself to stop, the thought keeps circling, like a song stuck on repeat. This isn't a personal flaw. It has a name. Scientists call it the default mode network, a system in your brain that switches on the moment you stop focusing on a task, resting, showering, lying in the dark. Researchers first noticed it by accident, while studying what the brain does during nothing. Turns out, it's never doing nothing. It's replaying, predicting, scanning for anything unresolved. Thousands of years ago, that habit kept you alive. A mind that kept rehearsing danger and social mistakes kept you from being cast out of the group, and back then, being cast out could mean death. The problem is, that same ancient system can't tell the difference between a real threat and an awkward text message. Here's where it gets stranger. Decades ago, a psychologist ran a simple test. He told people, think about anything you want, but do not think about a white bear. Almost everyone failed within minutes. The bear kept showing up anyway. He called it ironic process theory. The harder you try to push a thought away, the more your brain has to check that you're not thinking it, which means you end up thinking about it even more. This is exactly what happens when you fight overthinking head-on. Every time you resist the thought, you keep it alive. There's another reason unfinished thoughts loop harder than finished ones. Nearly a century ago, a psychologist noticed something odd in a cafe. Waiters could recall complex, unpaid orders in perfect detail, but the moment the bill was settled, the memory vanished. She called it the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain holds on to anything unresolved, and quietly lets go of anything closed. That's why the argument you never finished haunts you more than the one you settled. Your mind isn't trying to torture you. It's just waiting for you to close the file. And this explains something strange you've probably noticed. The moment you finally distract yourself, the thought fades in seconds. But the moment you try to force it out, it grows stronger. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's just following its own rules nobody ever explained to you. But here's the part almost nobody realizes. Overthinking was never really about the thought itself. Two people can have the exact same intrusive thought. One spirals for hours. The other lets it pass in seconds. The difference isn't willpower. It's technique, and technique can be learned. The first shift is small, but it changes everything. Instead of fighting the thought, change your relationship to it. Psychologists call this cognitive diffusion. Instead of thinking, I am a failure, you notice, I am having the thought that I am a failure. That tiny shift creates distance, and distance breaks the loop. The second tool is giving the thought a scheduled time. Setting aside a fixed 20 minutes a day to think freely on purpose tells your brain the thought will be addressed, so it stops interrupting you at random. And the third tool is movement. Standing up, walking, changing your physical state, interrupts a mental loop faster than any argument you could ever have with yourself. Your mind isn't broken, and it isn't against you. It's an old survival system, running in a modern world it was never built for. The goal was never to silence it completely. It was to stop being dragged by it, and start deciding, on your own terms, when to listen and when to let go. Maybe the real skill was never thinking less. Maybe it was learning to think on purpose. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.